to the top of the morning show, everybody. It is your girl TT from the D, and I am super, super excited that you chose to ride and roll up and ride out with your girl TT from the D on the top of the morning show, because there are several other platforms that I know you could have tuned into, but you chose to rock and roll with your girl TT from the D. And for that, I want to say thank you. Yeah, thank you. I don't take it for granted. Please believe I don't take it for granted. This morning, we're going to talk about something a little bit different. And I've had several different people ask me how I do what I do. And so I want to share just a few tips with you guys this morning openly. So, how to successfully plan a girls' trip, family trip, or a little rendezvous with your special significant other. And so I'm like, oh, well, I always have these little tips or whatever, but it really, really is something that people really are interested in. And so I said, you know what, let me go ahead and just put some things out there. In light of this weekend is going to be my One Circle 4th annual girls trip, y'all. 4 years. Yeah, I know. For 4 years, we gotta do that. This is gonna be our 4th annual year getting together. Yeah, meeting up, connecting, reconnecting, creating new memories. I know it's exciting. I'm excited. Yeah. It's a big deal. It's like a real big deal. It's a real big deal. Yeah. I'm sure my family is happy for me to get away. But on a serious note, it's hard. There are several of us and not all can make it each year. However, those that can do and those that can will, and those that can't, they live vicariously and they love on us. I've been blessed to be able to be one of those that have made it each year since we started. And we laugh around and we say, hey, we're going to be like the black version of the Golden Girls, later in life, because we really say, hey, once a year, because we're busy, life is happening, whether you're married, single, divorced, empty nester, whatever that looks like, once a year, you take that moment and say, let me carve out, if you can, a weekend, if not more days, but at least a weekend, and get with that group of folks that really say, hey, let's let our hair down and let's just have a funky good time. And I say that because life is short, right? Life is too short to not make the best of it. And so one of my tips I would tell you is to plan ahead. Plan early. You can find some amazing deals at the opposite side of the season. For instance, when it's getting we're in summer, so you might be able to find you some nice little winter getaways right now, deals, right? When winter is in, I think you can plan at least out 60 days out to get a good bang for your buck. Now, flights are not always friendly. That is, I have to say, the hardest one is flights if you're flying. If you like a train, like I like to take the train as well, that's always dope. But flights are hard because, you're not going to get a deal on that. There's no BOGO or none of that. Okay, there's no BOGOs for flights. And in light of everything that's happening with flying and just all that, even prior to, flight prices have been just terribly high. So from time to time, there's some hacks and people share hacks. And shout out to all the people who share little hacks, whether it's traveling or just living life. Shout out to everybody, yeah, because People don't always want to share their homework. So salute to everybody who decides they want to share their homework, like I am today. So planning early helps, but you can get a discount when you are doing your planning. If you want to do a hotel, if you want to do like a villa, here's another little hack with the villas. My family have done it several times. We will get a vacation villa where they do the timeshare presentation. So you're giving up 60 to 90 minutes of your day. Only 60 to 90 minutes, okay? And that's like an hour and a half where you got to go around. They're going to show you all these things, give you the sales pitch. They're going to have their best marketing people on your butt. But either you're interested and you're going to listen with open ears, or you just going for the trip and you're going to say, listen, I'm going to be upfront. I came for the trip, but I will listen to the presentation. I've done that. Okay. In the beginning, when we first started doing that, I'm like, oh, I feel like I'm got to be obligated. And it was a time I think we really were interested, but it wasn't like when you start breaking down all these fees, you're like, now y'all said it's going to be X, Y, and Z. Where did that come? Well, then you got to do this and do that fee and that fee. Yeah, no, it's a no. Why am I going to pay you? Think about this. And no shade. Oh my God, no shade to anybody who has timeshare. Because I got friends that have timeshare and I love it. Okay. If I can rent some of their time and they book it and do my own thing, hey, right? But why would I pay you, let's just say, $100 a month or $200 a month, and I could only get a week of timeshare? Now, this is where you might be like, a week, Titi? Where you go to? Okay, listen, friend. Listen, friend. If I can't pick and say, you know what, we're going to go at this time, but you tell me I can only come at this time. I'm like, what? I'm paying every month $100 or $200 a month, and you're telling me I can only come in March? And what particular weekend or something? It's a no. Now, that's what made me be like, no. Now, they almost had me when it was like, well, you could take that week and break it down into like 3 stays if you want it, or 2 stays if you don't want a whole week. You could do, I think it was a 3-night minimum. So you could do a 3-night minimum. You could do 2 3-night minimums. And just one day you won't have. But it makes more sense to say, well, let me do a 4-day and then a 3-day. Now you got 2 vacations, right? And they also, particularly, I'm not going to say the name, but one of these companies, and we are fans of theirs. We really are. They're like, they got property in different places. So you could go to Las Vegas for 3 nights. You can go to Florida for 4 days. You could go to Tennessee, or, you got to, pick wisely, but planning ahead. I get back to that, planning ahead. And so if you want to get into that, you can reserve a lot of these hotels, not the villas, but hotels in different site engines, by reserving the room and paying at the property. Now, some people might say, I don't want to pay at the property. I'd rather, pay in advance so it's already taken care of. Because sometimes y'all blow through your money. And you got to really, really, as I had said before, get you a little envelope and if it's your vacation. If I'm going to put up $25, hypothetically speaking, I'm going to put up $25 every paycheck towards the hotel. I got 16 pays coming before the trip. If I put up $25 out of every check, I'll be able to hit my goal. Do it and don't touch it. But when you leave the money in the bank, you're like, okay, I'm going to go ahead. Yeah, life be lifing, and you be shopping and stuff just be happening. And you're like, oh, I'm going to replace it. Really, are you? But planning ahead is always ideal, okay? That goes as far as ground transportation, especially at a certain time of year. A lot of things are going on. You want to reserve you a car, because the closer you wait to that, it gets expensive. So plan for your lodging, plan for your transportation, ground transportation I'm speaking of. And then you already know you can get your flight at least 60 days out. Maybe you might want to wait. Now, I'm going to tell you one thing I did that super sucked. We were going to a wedding at the beginning of this year, and we were going to Miami. So the flights were kind of high. We're like, no, we're going to wait till them go down. And I don't know why. And then we were talking about getting our flights in the winter. So we waited, and then we ended up saying, okay, we didn't know we were going to fly in earlier to be able to, because we were part of our niece wedding, not in it, but a part of like, family things and functions and things. So we didn't really know everything in the lay of the land. And so let's just say we bought our flights to leave out on that Friday. Well, there was something going on that Thursday, so we needed to get there Thursday, but we had already bought our flights. So we ended up having to buy a one-way, and we forfeited the other ticket. It was just crazy, but we did plan ahead. Okay. Another thing is you want to get a destination that's appeasing to all parties involved. And that's kind of hard to do when people want to do this and other people want to do that. And it's kind of like you can't put a lot of options out there, because you know why? People tend to stay stagnant and like, oh, they don't want that. I don't know. I'm torn. No. Okay. So you ask everybody their opinion, because everybody got the right to their opinion. And the most fairest thing to do is to draw. So you could say, all right, for those that may have people that actually live out of state, that's understood. So you might let's just do a live drawing. Like, let's get on the Zoom. We got somebody here. We're going to pick for whomever, whatever. Oh, excuse me. That's a way to do that. Excuse that, y'all. I'm sorry. And then you do that and you're like, okay, so majority wins, right? So let's just say 3 people picked Caribbean and 2 people picked the Rocky Mountains. I don't know. I'm just talking. But you're going to go with majority. Majority rules. And so you will have to take one for the team. And you are a team, right? So take one for the team. Another thing is you want to pack strategically, right? Don't overpack. And I'm going to tell you why it's not good to overpack. Not only will they tax you to death. Oh, that suitcase is too heavy. We're going to have to charge you extra $50. Are you kidding me? So now be mindful. You know how when you go on vacation, people tend to want to bring back a little souvenir, a little something, do a little shopping. If you are already at the capacity, then you got to get another bag. And you're like, you might not even, what you bought and what you want to take back might not even be worth you taking that extra money out for a whole nother bag. So pack strategically. If you know, ladies, this is for us, get that one good pair of gym shoes. Get those sandals that you can wear with multiple outfits. And maybe that could even be one of, because shoes take up space and they're heavy. So I would tell you to pack your sandals or your heels or whatever. Wear your gym shoes, because the gym shoes are heavy, right? And, invest in Clear or TSA. That helps you get through those lines. People are traveling more and more, and a lot of people are traveling with their families, and it can hold up the line. But if you do TSA or Clear, you can go ahead of the line. It's almost like a fun pass on an airline. Certain airlines, it don't even matter if you have Clear or TSA. They don't even care. But I'm talking about Spirit. Spirit be like, yeah, well, everybody's everybody. Everybody in one line, like, wow, I don't get no. Oh, okay, I paid for this and it's nothing to y'all. Okay. But, to each his own. But that will be one of those things that help you speed through the lines, okay? And right now, in light of what everything is going on right now, I would implore you guys to get your passport if you don't have your passport. If you need to update your passport, don't let it lapse. It's a lot going on. And from what I'm understanding, they're going to want to not let people have passports. So if you can, get you a passport, okay? Get you a passport. Shout out to my sister Melanie, who let me know that. I have mine. My husband has his, but I want to get, my son's theirs. And that's something we're going to do before the end of the year. So another thing is, besides the packing, is that plan your little outings. Unless you're going to an all-inclusive property, plan your outings, because people want to do things and things get booked quickly. What's that saying? You study long, you study wrong. Yeah, don't wait till the last minute for certain things. And then put you some little spending money to the side. Same little method you could use as far as putting money down for that property or that hotel. You put money down for shopping. Also, for dinner, lunch, brunch, drinks, happy hour, whatever, excursions, whatever, tours, concerts, plays, productions, whatever you want to do when you're on that trip. And this isn't just for us ladies. This is for the fellas also. Fellas, y'all like y'all outings too. A lot of y'all like to go out on y'all hunting trips, golf trips, fishing trips. You understand? Whatever it is, y'all deserve that too. Y'all deserve that too. Yeah. I knew that hard, ladies. They deserve to play as well. They're going to be feeling no kind of way when they saying they're going on the fellas trip. So it's just about planning, y'all. And again, life is just always going to be taking you on a roller coaster type of ride. You don't know what tomorrow may bring. It's almost like you can't dictate it. Even when you think you know, you might not know. What you want to do is plan. It's all about planning. I'm not rich, but I plan. We plan. We look for deals. And, we don't worry about keeping up with the Joneses. That's another thing. Don't worry. If this is out of your league, going to Paris, like I would love to go to Paris. I would love to go on those expensive trips. They're going over to Santorini, Italy, and Dubai and all that. But it's not in my budget. Now, my husband has been, because he works, he travels and tours a lot. But for me, just to go, it's not in my budget at this moment. Not saying I won't ever go, because, that's something I would like to do. I'm just one of those, I don't like the long, long flights. That's my biggest thing. I can plan all I want. That's one thing I can't plan for is a long ass trip. I don't particularly enjoy long flights. So the furthest I'll fly is like California. And that's pushing it, because my anxiety be like on 25 to the 10th power. But I'm getting better with it, because I said I'm not going to let that handicap me from seeing the world. And because life is so short and we don't know, you don't have to be sick to pass away, age, or your time. So you want to enjoy life, make memories. But for those of you that's looking to travel with family and friends and do that type of thing, I hope something I said was something that made sense to you, something that you say, you know what, I'm going to try that. I hope it does. I hope you will. And as you know, I like to say, until the next time our feet leave footprints across the sun, it's your girl TT from the D, and I'll see you soon. Don't forget to tap in for Tap In Tuesday night as well. 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. Marcus the Vibe will be in the building.